Pippy, and I am once again ready for my next adventure. This time, the wormhole took me to a small town seemingly focused on books. Maybe that can help me. After acquiring an abandoned bookstore, complete with all kinds of books, I think I'll settle down temporarily to see if I can get my librarian's license and see if any of these books will help me. Wish me luck. I'll have 5 chances to beat the library to get my license. Each of those chances have 4 phases. There's a prep phase, a placement phase, a resolution phase, and a cleanup phase. The prep phase involves the library discarding 2 of their books. The placement phase has me going to different locations, but at least I have some assistants to help me. Once all of my assistants are at a location, we'll go ahead and carry out all the actions that are on that location in numeric order. At the beginning of the cleanup phase, I'll get rid of 2 locations. The town board will show me exactly what I need to do to get my librarian's license. It looks like the prominent works is historic value, and the banned books are the reference texts. My library's focus will be monster manuals. The prominent works will give me points, where the banned books will give me negative points. I believe that's all the requirements that they told me. So let's get started and see if I can get that license. So the library is gonna go ahead and grab 2 book cards. So let me see what location I want to go to first. We've got the donation center, wishing well, gambling den, librarian's lodge, the book collector, or the mystery shack. I think I'll go to the gambling den. Once there, I'm going to name a category of books, and then I'll choose 4 cards from the pile. I'll check those 4 cards and see if any of those match my books. And I'm gonna choose monster manuals. Nope, no monster manuals. So I will discard these books and give them to the library. My next location is the Mystery Shack, which is another instant effect. So I'm gonna name a category, then I'll look through the 4 face-down cards that are on the Mystery Shack and grab any that match category that I said. There are 2 monster manuals, so I'll take those and I'll put the other 2 cards back face down. Then I can shelve one of the newly acquired cards. I'll go ahead and shelve H since it's got 2 monster manual symbols on it. For my last location, I will take my money and go to the donation center. That'll let me discard 1 or more book cards from my hand. Then I can shelve up to 2 cards. I'm gonna discard these 3 cards because they all contain the reference text, which is the banned books. And the banned books are worth -1 point. Since I used my money, I can entomb a card from my hand, which means I can put it either under or over one of the cards on my shelves. Any entombed card that is underneath my bookshelf will give me 2 extra points at the end of the game. And then I'll go ahead and shelve this J card. Now it's the resolution phase. So I'll bring back my assistants and resolve any of the locations that I used in numeric order. But since all of the locations that I went to had instant effects, there is nothing to resolve. I'll take the card from the book collector and give that book to the library, and then I will take the cards from the mystery shack and also give those to the library. I'll go ahead and discard the book collector and the wishing well location. And then I'll add a new location, which is the bookseller. round 2. So I'll go ahead and discard the 2 cards to the library. And then I'll prep any locations. So the bookseller will get 4 face-up cards, and the Mystery Shack will get 4 face-down cards. So my first action in round 2 will be to go to the bookseller, where I can take a face-up card and shelve it. So I'll take the A card and shelve it right above the H card. My next action is go to the Mystery Shack, where again I will name a category, which is monster manuals, and see if there's any matching books. It looks like there's 2 of them, so I will keep one in my hand, and then I can go ahead and shelve the other one, which happens to be an S, so I'll put that on the bottom row. So for my last action, I'll take my mummy to my home library, and that will allow me to draw 1 card or shelve 1 card. So I will shelve this A right here next to the other one, since that A is a higher numeric number than the previous A. Alrighty, time for the resolution phase again. Again, we do it left to right, and no actions to resolve since they were all instant effects. We'll take the cards from the bookseller and the Mystery Shack and give those over to the library. Cleanup phase, and we'll get rid of the bookseller and donation center, since all they're really doing is just giving the library more books. Once those locations are gone, then we're gonna bring out Ye Old Book Swap. That's gonna let me trade 1 card from my hand with 1 card that's in Ye Old Book Swap's card area. Alright, round 3. So we're going to discard the 2 cards to the library, and then we'll deal 3 cards to Ye Old Book Swap and 4 to the Mystery Shack. So I'm gonna go to the book swap first. I'm gonna switch out the D card for the P and place that next to my S on the bottom row. My next assistant will head back to the Mystery Shack, and I'm going to say, yeah, you guessed it, Monster Manual. Oh, this time there's 3. So I'm gonna hold on to 2 of them, and I'm going to play S down here by my other one. Oh. At the beginning of the second round, prior to discarding book cards, I was supposed to reveal one of the category cards from the top space of the official librarian license application S-42A. I forgot, but I did it now, and I'll make sure that I do it at the beginning of the 4th round too. I'm gonna send my mummy to the librarian's lodge. That's gonna give me 2 actions. The first one being that I can swap 1 card from my bookshelf with any card in my hand, or 1 card from my bookshelf with another card from my bookshelf, or I can remove 1 card from my bookshelf, then reshelve it. So I will switch the S that I just placed down with the other S so that they are all in numeric order. And the second action is that I can take one of my assistants and bring it back home and do a home action, which is the draw 1 card or shelf 1 card. And I will be drawing 1 card. Resolution phase. Resolve everything left to right in numeric order. All instant effects, so we're good there. But we will take the cards from the old book swap and the mystery shack and give them to the library again. Now to get rid of 2 more locations and bring out a new one. I'll go ahead and get rid of the gambling den and ye old book swap. And then we'll bring out the garbage dump. The garbage dump has a delayed effect, which will take place during the resolution phase. So it's the beginning of the 4th round, so we're gonna go ahead and flip the category card over for the library. So the library does not have fantastical fictions or corrupted codices for their library focus. Since I have the monster manuals and the historic volumes and the reference texts are already in play, we know that the library focus is spells and potions books. So now we can go ahead and flip over 2 cards to give to the library. Then we'll put the 4 cards on the mystery shack. My first assistant will go to the garbage dump, and I'll do that action during the resolution phase. The next assistant will go to the mystery shack, and surprise, surprise, I'm looking for monster manuals. It's only 2 this time, but that's okay. And then I'll go ahead and shelve P. I'll go ahead and take my mummy and put it on the librarian's lodge. I'll use the lodge to move my P next to my J. Then I can bring one of my assistants back to my home library, where I can either draw a card or shelve a card, and I'm going to shelve my Z card. Now that that's all done, I'll do the resolution phase. That is when I'll do the garbage dump. The garbage dump lets me name a book category and search the discard pile for a card with that category on it. And yep, it's Monster Manual again. I'll go ahead and take this card because it has 2 of the monster manuals on it. And since it's G, I'll put it right here next to the H. Time for the cleanup phase. And the mystery shack cards go to the library. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the mystery shack and the librarian's lodge. And then we'll put out the Shelf Mason Guild. Two cards to the library. And one assistant to the garbage dump. My next assistant will go to the Shelf Masons Guild, which allows me to shift one row of books in one direction. So I'll shift over my top row. For my last action, I'll move my mummy down to the home library space. That'll give me one last shelving action, so I'm gonna put the C above the P. All right, time for the last resolution phase. I'll use my garbage dump to go through the library's cards and pick up this card that is a B card that has a monster manual on. I'll put that card right here, which completes my shelves. I'll bring back all my assistants. Then I'll give the library all the cards that were in my hand. Then we'll lay out all of the library's cards and start doing the category tallying. They sure do have a lot of books. I guess that's why they're the public library, huh? So we're gonna check to make sure that all my books are in alphabetical order. Then we're gonna add up all of the matching books. Then we'll check to make sure that my bookshelves are stable, which it is. We'll circle the row that had the prominent works total, which in this case is the historic volumes. Then we'll draw a zigzag circle around the row of the banned books. $42 to $61. Well, I didn't get my librarian license approved, but that's okay. I was just here for the research anyway. Hopefully, all these books will help me out in the long run. Until Till next time.